graduates, members of the faculty and staff, distinguished guests, families, and friends. It's my great pleasure to welcome you to the 236th commencement exercises here at the Georgia Institute of Technology. This weekend, we are awarding 2,800 degrees. And while I'm sure there are some of you who were absolutely certain that this day would come, there may be others who at times wondered. Either way, it's finally here. You've worked hard, and today you're earning an undergraduate degree from one of the nation's top 10 public universities, and one that just 2 weeks ago was admitted to the prestigious Association of American Universities, something that we're enormously proud of. As is the case for the success of our institute, success in life is seldom a one-person effort. As we celebrate the successful conclusion of one chapter of your lifelong education, it's important to acknowledge that you have not done it alone. Cheering you on, at least in spirit, have been your parents, and for some, spouses, and for almost all of you, a network of other family members and friends. For some parents today, this is not your first Georgia Tech graduation ceremony. If you are a proud alum and have a student graduating, or if you have more than one Georgia Tech degree, or more than one Georgia Tech student that's graduated from this institution, please stand and wave. Welcome back. At this time, I'd like to introduce several members of the stage party, and I'll ask that they stand as I call their name. Dr. Stephen Cross, Executive Vice President for Research. Dr. William Schaefer, Vice President for Student Affairs. Dr. Catherine Murray Russ, Dean and Director of Libraries. Mr. Barrett Carson, Vice President for Development. Becky Grintner, Associate Dean of Computing. Mr. John Stein, Dean of Students. And Dr. Charles Leota, 2010 Distinguished Professor and Bearer of the Mace. Also with us today are members of the faculty who have guided and mentored these students, sharing with them their time, their wisdom, and their expertise, and challenging them in order to help each and every one of them reach their full potential and achieve this important milestone. Would the members of the faculty please rise and be recognized? This is a momentous day for you as graduates and for your family and friends who are sharing in the celebration of your accomplishments. You will forever be linked to this great institution. You've worked very hard to earn your degrees from one of the best institutions in the nation, and in many areas, one of the best in the world. We can all be proud of Georgia Tech's reputation with outstanding programs in engineering, architecture, computing, liberal arts, management, and the sciences. Tech's research program today is a $500 million enterprise and is emerging nationally and internationally as a recognized leader, and in some fields, in fact, as a world leader. These fields range from nanotechnology, nanomedicine, other interdisciplinary fields, and high-performance computing. This past fall, we recognized one of the largest, best qualified, and most diverse freshman classes in the history of Georgia Tech. And for the first time in history, our total student enrollment exceeded 20,000 students. Earlier this week, I gave a commencement address at Gainesville State College. I shared something with those graduates that I'll share with you today. They have different degree programs, some associate degrees, some bachelor's, but the principle is still the same. And that is that you should be proud of your accomplishments. But before you decide that you're in fact done with your education, you need to know that there are some forces in play that are requiring college graduates, regardless of their degrees, to commit to lifetime learning. In our rapidly changing world, a bachelor's, master's, or even a PhD may no longer be sufficient to provide the education you'll need for your entire career and your lifetime. Those forces include the rapid changes in technology in our global environment, in career trends, and an increased focus on interdisciplinary approaches to identifying and solving the many problems we as a society face today. This past Monday, I returned from a trip to China to meet with leaders at Peking University in Beijing and Shanghai Jiao Tong University in Shanghai. Georgia Tech has partnership programs with both of these prestigious universities. In just a few short years, China will be one of the largest English-speaking countries in the world. And if you're 1 in a million in China, you can relax because there's 1,300 just like you. China has many universities with over 50,000 students, and we feel like to be an internationally recognized institution, we have to be there and we have to partner with them. Both Peking University and Shanghai Jiao Tong University are outstanding, and in fact, PKU, as it's known, is referred to as the Harvard of China. Our first joint venture with PKU was a biomedical engineering degree, a joint program between the Wallace H. Coulter Department of Biomedical Engineering, here at Georgia Tech, a partnership which we have with Emory, and Jiao Tong University. We're creating partnerships that we believe will be the world's best and create international programs that are admired by all. The biomedical engineering program is just such a program. Just over 13 years ago, we did not have such a program, and today our biomedical engineering program, joint with Emory, is ranked in the top 2 or 3 in the country. Researchers in our joint laboratories are developing gene prediction protocols, cancer detection prevention methodologies, and cardiac regeneration and biomedical imaging systems. These systems will transform the way we think about treatment and health care, and many of you will be working with these technologies, implementing them, designing them, improving them, and ensuring that they are being used in the way in which they were intended. As I look out on all of you today, I see a group that's well prepared for a lifetime of accomplishment and contribution, contributions and achievement in an ever-changing world. Not because you've learned everything in college that you need to know, but because your Georgia Tech education is designed to provide you with a solid foundation on which you can build throughout your entire career, on which you can prepare to do the work that you will do, to do it collaboratively, and to be able to identify the challenges and problems that we as a society face, and to create, in fact, solutions to those many problems. Many of those problems that you will be called upon to solve have not been identified yet you will help invent the technologies to solve them. You're prepared not only to face the future, but also to design and create it, and we're looking forward to great things from all of you. This morning, we're privileged to welcome back to Georgia Tech one of our own, alumnus Mr. Brooke Byers. Mr. Byers grew up in Atlanta and earned his bachelor's degree in electrical engineering from Georgia Tech in 1968. He then went on to earn his MBA from Stanford at the Graduate School of Business in 1970. Mr. Byers, would you please join me at the podium? Brooke Byers has been an active venture capital investor and company builder since 1972. It's incredible to note that he has been personally involved in building more than 50 new technology-based ventures, more than half of which have already become public companies. He's served on over 30 boards of directors. He's a full-time managing partner of the famed venture capital firm of Kleiner Perkins Caulfield and Byers in Menlo Park, California, which he co-founded 32 years ago. KPCB has helped entrepreneurs start and build more than 400 companies that have created more than 400,000 jobs, including among those companies are Genentech, Amazon, Google, Bloom Energy, Electronic Arts. In addition, he co-founded and CEO of 4 biotech companies whose products have helped millions of patients. Mr. Byers has been honored by numerous organizations, including being elected last year as a Fellow of the American Academy of Arts and Sciences. He's loyal to Georgia Tech and has given back to the Institute in numerous ways, including serving on Georgia Tech Advisory Board. He co-founded the Startup Incubator at Tech and helped start innovative programs such as the one I mentioned in the Walter H. Coulter Department of Biomedical Engineering here at Georgia Tech and Emory. Brooke, in recognition of your accomplishments, it's my great honor to present to you a doctorate degree. This degree reads, to whom all these presents may come, greetings. Whereas Brooke H. Byers created the first life sciences group in the venture capital profession, received the 2009 Lifetime Achievement Awards from the National Venture Capital Association, and made a transformational gift to establish the Brooke Byers Institute for Sustainable Systems. Now, therefore, we, under the authority vested in us, do hereby confer the degree of Honorary Doctor of Philosophy with all the rights, privileges, and honors thereunto appertaining. Congratulations.